Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
And a very good Friday night, everyone. It's been a pleasant night. You know, we saw a lot of the showers that were popping up around 4 or 5 this evening have now kind of dissipated out, but we have been watching some storms off to the north of us this evening. Let's go ahead and take a look at any watches and warnings. Not any. We do have some severe thunderstorm warnings, but they're far enough away that they're not showing up in the immediate area. But earlier we had the tornado watch all the way down, bordering with Henry and Weakley County. Thankfully, that has been allowed to expire as well. But we do have another severe risk coming up again tomorrow. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about that. Let's go ahead and get a quick check on the current conditions. 81 in Savannah. We got 79 in downtown Parsons, so starting to cool down a little bit, but you'll notice it being very balmy, kind of humid out there, and it is just like a summer night would usually be here in West Tennessee. 81 degrees in Memphis downtown, and we got 79 in Paris. And notice those dew points are up there in the 70s, so that is really keeping it kind of like a steam sauna out there this evening. We got temperatures ranging from like 79 to about 81 across the board, and those winds are still pretty brisk, about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And the radar, thankfully, has calmed down there to the north. We were really having to watch that earlier because we had some really mean storms. In fact, I see we had one report of a tornado. This was up here in West Kentucky. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. I'm going to pause the radar here and go back to that report, and we'll see what it says. I have not checked that report, but this was right there near Cairo, and it says that we had a tornado reported. This was out of Paducah by a storm chaser, tornado touchdown. So we'll try to get more information on that for the next update. But again, that's right there near Cairo in Kentucky. And you can see that little red box there, not that far from Union City, about an hour's drive, maybe hour and a half, something like that. So, we'll be watching again tomorrow. We didn't have any severe thunderstorm warnings today through West Tennessee, but we had a special weather statement that was issued this morning for a storm with up to 48 mile per hour winds. As you know, a lot of you, it was a very stormy, noisy morning. Well, that cold front is coming our direction. It's just kind of get down here a little further north and sit over Kentucky, and we're going to see more storms along that frontal boundary. Here's what's left of our severe weather outlook for tonight. And you can see it's right along that front, and does go just north of us there into most of Kentucky. And then for tomorrow, it dips down on into a good portion of West Tennessee. So let's take a look at this in the local view. Here's a look at what's left tonight. And you can see that severe risk right there close to the border of like Lake and Obion County and Weakley and Henry just to the north. But that is the 1 out of 5. We're not anticipating any severe storms here tonight, but not too far away. We could still have one overnight. Let's take a look at the futurecast. So most of the showers dissipating out, just like the futurecast has been indicating. Now we're quiet. We could have a couple of storms there about 2 a.m. along and south of I-40, but it's right in here. Here we are at about the 8 o'clock hour in the morning. You can see looking very active right through 10 a.m. And then we move along into about noon. You can see some pretty mean looking storms that continue riding along that frontal boundary just to the north and right over northwest Tennessee through about 7:30 to 8 p.m. And then they roll out of here. So especially north of I-40, you stand a good chance of winding up getting a storm up there. But good news is most of the storms should be out of here by about 8 o'clock in the evening. And I know we've got some fireworks shows going on in parts of West Tennessee, some early fireworks shows like the one in Medina. Let's go ahead and take a look, or I should say Milan, Tennessee. They're going to be having a fireworks show there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the evening forecast for the overnight weather. You can see the chances of rain start to climb to about 30% by around 4 a.m. and then up to 40% as we head on into about 7 a.m. And it'll be on and off with us, but it's going to go a little higher as we go into the late morning and afternoon. And if you're north of I-40, your chances are much better at getting that storm. So there is a chance for some scattered storms in the morning under kind of a partly cloudy sky. And another thing to note is the heat. We are going to be continuing to heat up right on through the weekend. You see, especially as we get into Sunday, we'll be back to the upper 90s. Yes, the storms will cool some areas down a little bit there on Saturday, but not much. Where there's not any storms, it's going to be very hot and humid, but we go to the upper 90s Sunday, Monday, right into next week. This is the model blend trends. A few models blended together to give us an output. I do have the 7-day forecast here, what we're thinking here. And you can see about 90 degrees there for tomorrow. Again, chances for showers and storms overall for all of West Tennessee, about 40%. But if you're north of I-40, it's more like 60%. You can pretty much count on if you don't get a storm, they're going to be nearby you. And then 75 humid degrees on Saturday night. Back to 94 on Sunday, upper 90s, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And notice all the sunshine through that 7-day. We're going under a heat dome, strong area of high pressure, sinking air, but the sun's just going to beam through and we're just going to keep heating up. And this is going to be a long taste of summer. So, you might make sure the air conditioner is in good working order. Be ready to take some breaks and get in the shade there. Drink plenty of clear liquids coming up next week. And we'll probably wind up with some heat advisories. We could even see a possibility of a excessive heat warning there towards the end of next week. All right, guys, that's a look at your weather. Have a great rest of your Friday night and Saturday morning. Take care and God bless.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.